Hello, folks. Bill David, president of the 582nd out of Toledo Executive Airport, coming to you live from my basement in Webster Township, Ohio on May 7th, 2019, bringing to you the latest news on chapter business. I'd like to start off with talking about the last meeting we had. It was pretty good. We held court on a number of videos from the YouTube channel on the internet, and it was pretty interesting. We had pretty good group participation. It was fairly well attended. I think we had like 22 people showed up. Unfortunately, a number of them didn't register in time for the delicious meal that Carolyn's Catering provides for us in the evening, and they weren't able to get anything to eat. However, Glenn Myring, quick-acting, fast-acting secretary of the 582nd, got on the horn and got a couple pizzas coming out, so nobody went without getting something to eat. We inducted a couple of new members, and I'm starting to think that it's getting to be a regular occasion. Jean-Marie Deschamps, I think I'm saying it right, from France, joined. Most of us would recall him John Mary Deschamps because we butcher their language, the French language. Which brings me to a joke. You know what you call somebody who speaks 3 languages? You call them trilingual. Somebody that speaks 2 languages, you call them bilingual. And somebody who speaks 1 language, you call American. Get it? Anyway, Bill Elby also joined, and so we picked up 2 new full-time members. And like I said, we've been picking up a couple members, it seems like, at every chapter meeting. So, yeah, we must be doing something right, I hope, anyway. Another thing about the meeting that I'm happy to say is we made a little bit of money off of it. And we have been coming out in the black on our last several meetings, 3 or 4 meetings that we've had, in which we provide meals. And how it works is if you register for a meal, we gave you the option of paying for it there online at $10. You could also donate at the chapter meeting itself, but we thought it was kind of convenient to make it available so it would be easy for you to do it online. Well, Glenn Myring came up with a brilliant idea that we should have different levels of donations for people who might be generous enough to put up a little bit more than $10 for a meal, which typically they've been doing anyway. But here's another path. And there are 3 levels. There's a student pilot level, I think, for $20. And then there's an instrument pilot, I think, for $30, and then there's a Chuck Yeager level for $40. Kind of a fun idea. Be interesting to see how many people will come up for the Chuck Yeager type of a donation. But anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. You'll see that on your registration forms now, so make sure you register too, so you get a meal when you show up, if you want to get something to eat. It's that time of year for Plane Fun Fly-In. And actually we call it Plane Fun Festival now because there's not much of a fly-in anymore, and we basically focus our energy on creating a memory for families on a nice warm summer day where they get to come out for a few bucks, maybe go for an airplane ride, hang around the airport, have a hot dog, and just a very nice day with their family. That's what I hope that Plane Fun will do. And we need volunteers to help out. It's going to be child or kid intensive, and I think I need about 10 or 12 young people that can help be like counselors for the various kiddie activities we'll have, which are like making the little balsa wood airplanes and flying them. We can have like a little contest. I'm going to show them how to make parachutes. They can take them upstairs and throw them off the balcony. We're going to have face painting, hula hoops, jump rope, just the kind of stuff that kids like to do while their older brothers or sisters are standing in line to go for an airplane ride, or their mom and dad are getting a hot dog. So please, if you can shake loose, I'm forcing my kids to participate. So if you can get out and help, take care of a couple of these kid activities, we certainly would appreciate it. Another thing is, it's going to work in conjunction. Plane Fun is going to be in conjunction with a marathon. At this point in time, that's the plan. And these people are going to run up and down the runway and do this marathon. It's a charity event for the wounded veterans. It's called the armed forces, and a local lady runs this thing, and so hopefully we can work together and over the next couple of 3 or 4 years build it up into a halfway decent event where we get some real attention from the media and maybe some people to come out and buy some airplane rides off of us for the day. So everybody that can should step forward and help out with this thing if they would, please. We have plenty of things for people to do. And Mike Weitzcarver and Ron Smolinski, we're counting on you to do the rib, so come on out here in the next meeting so we can talk about that and get the thing all set up for you to do. We got the rocket launchers, face painting. We got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. So hopefully Plane Fun will turn out to be a good experience for some families, and we'll make a few bucks in the meantime. Well, alrighty then. Let's see. This Thursday we'll have our regular VMC meeting. We have VMC meetings on the second Thursday of every month. Then the following Thursday will be our last general meeting. That'll be on the 16th of the month, if I'm doing my math right. And it'll be the last general meeting. What we've done is we've decided we're going to go ahead and not have meetings during the nice summer weather and move our activities more to the weekend. And this summer rather, we expect to have quite a few activities planned. And it's not every weekend, but about every other weekend we're going to have a pancake breakfast, and we're looking for volunteers to help with the pancake breakfast as well. But in conjunction with those, a couple of the programs we put together are, number one, get your picture taken in your airplane. I got that TriPacer. You can take the back door off of it, put a photographer back there, fly in formation, get an outstanding picture of you and your airplane for real cheap. We'll send you the file. Excuse me, I don't know how much it's going to be, but we'll make a little bit more money for the chapter, right? And we'll have fun doing it, and you'll have a cool picture of your airplane. That's one thing. Joe Ream, a flight instructor, he's going to give a lecture on how to use ForeFlight. I've teamed up with Bill Davis. Bill Davis is a FAST representative. That's FAA safety team, FAAST, FAST. Get it, huh? Anyway, he has access to their email, and they can get a lot of people's attention to come to our meetings on the weekends, and you actually get credit that you can work towards your getting your biennial flight review or a number of other credits. I'm not exactly certain how the FAST program works, but I expect by the end of the summer I'll be pretty much an expert on it. So the whole idea is you come out on the weekend, we'll be flying the Pete and Paul, we'll be flying the U-Control airplanes, and I don't know if I talked about the U-Control airplanes, did I? The U-Control airplanes are being built by the youth team, and the youth team is going to meet on the last Thursday of the month, and now they'll also meet on the third Thursday of the month. So there'll be 2 meetings for youth. I'm really big on youth. I really want to push this forward, help kids get involved in aviation with hands-on projects like building and flying model airplanes, which is something I was brought up on. It gave me a huge advantage over everybody else learning how to fly, and I expect to be able to do the same thing for these kids. That's some of what happens with the money that we keep begging for, buying airplanes and fuel and equipment to have these kids be able to get their hands on these airplanes and fly them and learn a little bit about aviation. So at any rate, we're shifting everything to the weekends, and hopefully it'll be a big success. Everybody will come out and have a good time and enjoy a fine breakfast as well. So what about this last meeting? What's going to go on at that, before summer comes? Well, a young man that I met a while back, fairly recently, called me about some airplane stuff, and it turns out his name is Casey Putsch, and he has an organization called the Genius Garage. And the Genius Garage is a educational type of organization that revolves around a race car team. And young persons that have recently graduated from college with various degrees in things like engineering or advertisement or a number of things, anything that would help promote or operate a racing team, Well, this is what they do, and they put together brochures, they work on the cars, they do the analysis or whatever, and they go race these cars and they win. And these are real race cars. One of them's a real Indy race car. I don't know anything about cars or boats or motorcycles or guns, so I'm at a loss on that kind of stuff. But he'll tell you all about what they do when he gets here. The good news is that he's seen the light, and he wants to take his Genius Garage into a Genius Hangar type situation where they open up a section that's dedicated to teaching or supporting aeronautical things like designing and building airplanes. That's what they do in their Genius Garage. They design and build cars. So he wants to do something like that, and I'm lucky enough to get in touch with him and give him a little guidance on that. They have a Sopwith Camel, a Sopwith Pup, I forget. Anyway, some type of a World War I replica airplane they want me to test fly for him when they get it finished. But he wants to move into the aviation thing, and of course I'm all over that. So I'm, hopefully we'll move forward together and create some really good stuff between 582 and the Genius Garage. But at any rate, he's such a good talker. He talked the Thunderbirds into letting him go for a ride in the back seat of one of their F-16 jets when they're out practicing in the desert, getting ready for air shows. And he's going to tell us all about that, and he'll have, I'm sure, some pictures on the internet he can show us, and he's a really good speaker. So you don't want to miss out on this very last meeting. If you haven't been to a meeting all winter, come to this one because it's going to be a good one. There'll be a lot of people there. The food will be great. The conversation will be good. And then we move on into the summer months and the weekend activities. So come on out and support your chapter and listen to Casey tell us some of his, he can regale us with some of his stories. So that's all I got to say about that for now. In the meantime, I'd like to say, as I always do, ask not what your chapter can do for you, but ask what you can do for your chapter. If we go by that, we can do great things together. That's all I got to say about that. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you at the meeting.